Good morning and happy Martin Luther King Day to everyone. It is a holiday, so this is why today's topic is leveraging your business during the holiday. Right? So, my name is Ebony Cruz, the entrepreneur coach that's helping you escape corporate and just really work in your business full time. Some of you may already have businesses and are part time juggling this thing, but we really want to make sure that you transition for good, like for real this year. And the holidays can be a perfect time for that. So real quickly, I'm just going to make sure everything looks great on my end. And we're going to jump into some ways that you can optimize and leverage your business to make good money during the holidays. You know how you start seeing all these ads around the holidays and you're like, dang, how come I can't get into this? That could be a reason why. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. All right, so I think we look good to go here. Let's go ahead and do this. Let me get to my notes because you always know I love to make sure that I'm providing you all the best notes or the best like everything. All right, so holiday sales, especially last year in 2020, made up of pretty much all of the amount of business sales these past couple of years, just based on COVID in itself and the pandemic and why people are shopping online. And so, as small business owners, we have to make sure that we get in that space and we leverage it as well. Bottom line is, it is crucial that your marketing makes sense or you're doing additional marketing around the holidays. That's typically a time that some of us small business owners want to take a break. You know, we want to have some downtime because we're doing our own thing with our families for the holidays. So we kind of want some downtime. But that's not how that works, all right? That's when we should definitely have our marketing amped up a tad bit. And this is if you're able to do things a week or two in advance, this will definitely help you out. All right, so let's just get to number one. All right, so number one is website optimization. And so, website optimization, especially right now, considering the fact that most people are shopping online and are getting used to shopping online, is going to definitely be important and make a seamless process for your customers so they can continue to come back. So, when I say that, small businesses, it's already hard for people to just come to our websites in general. But once we get them there, we want to make sure that we keep them there through a seamless process so they're able to focus on what they're getting, tap into what they need, make an easy transition, check out, and probably possibly share that information with someone that they did. One of the senior relationships marketing for Nordstrom's. One of her statements this year is the time is of the essence during the holiday seasons. People don't really know what they want, but if the process is easy, they'll go ahead and purchase it. So just make sure that your website is optimized to attract clients. And when I say optimization, use those keywords in some of your products. Use those holiday keywords as driving traffic that'll make your website pop up with that product name, with that holiday. Use those things. And if you're not aware of how to do that, that's a good time for you to definitely outsource that space to a digital marketing company or agency that can help you get your website up to speed. All right. The other thing is making sure that your website is user friendly and mobile friendly. So these cell phones right here, we use these phones quite a bit. I did a lot of my shopping straight from my cell phone today. However, if the website vision or version of the site on my mobile device wasn't too user friendly or I had to kind of scan over and find some stuff, I did find myself clicking off. So make sure that when you're looking at your website, that your sales and things that are up that you have on the top of your page or whatnot, that it's mobile friendly, because a lot of us are shopping straight from our cell phones. And we also want to make sure that it is a clear, quick call to action so someone knows exactly where they're going to. Next is segmentation. So everyone is increasing marketing efforts during the holidays, right? And on your regular channels, it's going to be a little bit more crowded than normal. So this is when segmentation really works. Segmentation will pay off, especially when you're paying attention to your customers' needs and you're also paying attention overall to what that demand is, right? That's again where we're kind of looking at those keyword searches. What are products that people are looking for? Around the holidays, I typically watch Good Morning America a lot, so I can see some of the statistics that are given out in reference to what customers are looking for, what type of products that do they want, what type of services are they looking for. This past year, there's a lot of digital products, digital spaces that a lot of small business owners were looking for to enhance their digital presence. So that made me feel pretty happy because I was able to make sure I marketed those products a little bit more, and I touched and I tapped on their pain points to how to I can help them grow their business, and so it allowed me to drive more traffic to my business. So that's what you kind of got to think about, segmentation, and when I say segmentation, on your site as well. Make sure those products are segmented in spaces where once they come to your site is what they want, what they need, they can go grab it. That seamless checkout, that friendly, easy, usy website is going to be super key to you actually making that conversion versus someone coming on, leaving it in their cart, and they haven't yet purchased yet. Now that brings me to our number 3, which would be social media marketing. So if you haven't learned anything during the pandemic, your story is going to sell. And I know you've probably heard this several times, and you're like, I don't want to tell my story, Ebony. But during this time, it is really good and really key to relate to your audience, so your audience can kind of understand where you're coming from. Talk about how your business had to change during COVID, and talk about how the pandemic has made you look at things from a different perspective, how you're looking at how can I help my customers, how can I relate to my customers, how are me and my customers kind of going through the same thing, but here's what I'm doing to help you all get through this problem. This is how I navigated through, so here, this is what I'm providing. That goes wonders, and it has went wonders throughout this entire 2020 was an amazing year for myself, and that's because a lot of people were leaving their jobs. It's called the Great Resignation, what some call it, or the Great Resign, that some people are calling it. But my program that I offer outside of the digital marketing products is the Professional Woman's Escape Plan. People were starting businesses. And so in my program, I taught about how you can transition, like how I left my job, how it was so stressful. And so during the holidays, you're kind of worried as an entrepreneur. Am I going to make money? How do I do this? This is my first time. I took the leap and I'm scared. So I used my personal story, and I use my products to actually push my personal story and attract those that look like me. So on social media, you probably would have seen me post more about the struggle of balancing time and family around the holidays. You probably would have saw me post a little bit more on social media just about the whole fear of leaving your job and making it work, because that was the program that I was pushing outside of my digital marketing program agency. So and not only that, is that the other thing I want to make sure that you all think about doing too is scheduling out your posts for social media around the holidays. It works wonders because you don't know who's popping in town. You don't know what dish you're going to have to make for the family meal, or who's going to need something, or what's that last minute thing that you're going to be doing. So you need to make sure that your business is already set up. We're not Target, we're not Walmart, we're not the mall, we're not already set up and have a marketing team. So in October is a really good time to think about how you're going to leverage that whole Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year, back to back to back. Those are 4 major holidays back to back to back that people are looking to spend money, even if you're only giving out gift cards. And so it could be 3 posts a week that are pre-set up that talks about the holiday and may talk about the struggle of holiday. I did a podcast this past year in reference to running your business during the holiday, and that podcast brought in more traffic because people could relate to how they're trying to figure out how to balance and juggle. So like today is Martin Luther King's Day, so it would have been really good to do a lot of history facts, or just acknowledge Dr. King, and also say, hey, here's a couple of sales, follow your dream. He's known for the I Have a Dream speech. So you have a dream and you're going to follow your dream, and to help you with this dream, I'm going to give you 20% off of XYZ product that I have. All right. So that's another thing that you can do. I'm sure many of you are doing email marketing. If you haven't done email marketing, definitely consider email marketing. The return on the investment is pretty good as long as you're consistent with your emails. Again, if you're able to speak to your audience consistently, I have a couple of partners or business friends, associates that I work with, and one young lady, her email list is inconsistent. Some days she's talking and she's gone for 3 weeks and she's back consistently, blowing up the email, but they're not going to open because you're not consistent, right? So if you're definitely doing any type of email marketing, you're grabbing them on that list. Be sure to keep those hot leads very warm. Like, keep them warm and speak to them and speak to their pain points. Why did they join your list? What was that product or what was that lead that made them come on your list? this, and talk to them about that. And also, as the holidays come up, you may notice that they went and looked, they shopped, they sent their shopping cart, but they didn't purchase. All right, so you know what? The holiday is here. You have time to save 10% if you go ahead and get it today. Close out your bucket 10% plus this bonus. All right, so think about stuff like that. The next one is expressing gratitude. Now, without your customers, where would you be? All right, and you don't just express gratitude around Thanksgiving. I realize when I do actually show my customers how much I appreciate them, how much they mean to my business, how much they empower my investing, it makes my customers actually purchase a little bit more than what they typically did before. So they feel more connected to the business. They feel a little bit more connected to me. They understand the impact of my brand, and they tend to buy more or even reach out and ask questions and figure out, hey, what's the next program that you have, or you have any next live coaching, or how can I get on your schedule? Just by me showing them thanks for how such a great month I've had or a great year that I've had. Lastly, we did talk about social media marketing and appealing to your customers' emotions. So now it's time that you get really real with, where you're trying to go with your business. And additionally, think about how you can properly support your customers through a difficult time. We are facing uncertainties, right? A lot of people don't know where their next meal may come from, or where their next piece of joy or happiness may come from, and you may offer that, right? You may offer that for a small piece, for a small token. And so you want to appeal to your customers' emotions so that you're pushing that special product or that special sale that is geared towards them. Now, one thing I want to say about this, in case someone's saying, oh, that's misleading. No, it's not misleading, because if you genuinely feel how you feel and you are appealing to your customers, then you're going to genuinely come across that way, and people are going to see that. Now, if you're a scam artist, of course you're not going to come across that way, and people are not even going to pay attention. So definitely think about your customers' needs and think about different specials that you can put in place to support their needs. All right. Lastly is the early marketing. Start early. So Valentine's Day is the next holiday that is coming up. We know that Valentine's Day sells like hotcakes. So you should already be talking about your Valentine's Day sales. Your post should already start having love in it. You should already have the hearts and everything preparing and pushing people to notice your product or your service before Valentine's Day. Notice what you're giving out. Notice that, your wording, your keywords definitely should have something with love and Valentine's Day. Those searches are going to be coming up, and you want your website you want your website to pop up in those searches on Google. Valentine's Day, whether you know it or not, it has so many different meanings to people. Depending on your target market and your target audience, find out what those meanings are and definitely address those meanings throughout your marketing over the next 2 to 3 weeks. And I would suggest you start doing it right now. Okay, start talking about how your business and Valentine's Day are going to help someone. How can you show some love, or how can you provide love to these people? What is your product? What is your service? What can you do? Wrap your wording around that, wrap your keywords around that, your marketing message around that, and really push for the holiday. And then just sit back and enjoy. Sit back and watch what's going on in your business, how it's growing, if it's growing, where you can change some spaces for the next upcoming holiday. And as you come to Valentine's Day, the next thing you can start talking about is the following holiday, right? So for me in my business, I typically start talking about Super Bowl because the Super Bowl, I am a sports fan, and most people who follow me know I love sports. So my business then is geared around the Super Bowl. We've done the love thing. Fellas, you've done your women right. Ladies, you treat your men right. Now it is time to pick your teams and, go from XYZ. So once the teams are discovered, I may have, if you're a such and such team wins, you may get an additional 20% off for this team that wins. Kind of make it fun, make it a little relatable. For those of you that are not into sports, start thinking about spring break that's coming up, St. Patrick's Day that's coming up. Think about those things, so when you close out Valentine's Day, they're not hyped up and ready to rock and roll, and then you leave them sitting there. Make sure you're pushing them in and leveraging the next holiday. All right, my name is Ebony Cruz. I am your entrepreneur coach, helping guide you into full-time entrepreneurship. Last week, I gave away the affirmation mindset booklet to help you just affirm who you are, believe who you are daily, because sometimes we can second guess ourselves. This week, I'm also providing some digital services such as optimization and SEO for your sites. Just a quick look over so I can see, hey, is it anything that I really need to do to your site? Is your site already the jam and you just need to drive traffic to it, right? So if you click the link in the description, and it may also be in the comments, you can get access to just kind of see some of the services that we do offer, to see if there's some space in your website digital world that you may need to update, upgrade, or to just have someone look over, just get a second opinion. Me and my team are here to help you out. Now, tomorrow we are going into outsourcing, I believe, and we're going to talk about the importance of outsourcing to ensure that you're able to get all of your holiday marketing needs put together in copy. Sounds great. And these posts are scheduled and pinned and ready to rock and roll. Because sometimes you need to outsource. You may have all the ideas and you can't do the graphics, and outsourcing will help you be ahead of the game when the next holiday comes. All right, so until our next live, I shall see you all. Thank you again for joining me right here every Monday through Friday at 10:30 for some tips to help you successfully say goodbye 9 to 5 and hello to full-time entrepreneurship. I'll see you next week.